I once again call upon Ms. Sushma Chaudhary ma'am of FED department. A hearty welcome to Dr. Kodavati Vinila ma'am of Agriculture department. Dr. Srilata ma'am of Triple E and Q&R department. Ms. Rajeshwari ma'am of Pharmacy department. Ms. G. Bindu ma'am of CSC department. Ms. Katikala SVJS Grace ma'am of Staff department. A hearty welcome to Ms. Vimala CH ma'am, Assistant HR Manager. I now call upon Ms. Neelu Singh ma'am of Integrated Research and Discovery department. Dr. Raju Anita ma'am of CSC Regular department. I request all the students to join for a huge round of applause. Ms. Mary Kamala Kolluru ma'am of ECE department. Ms. Manmoharyam Dolpriya Devi ma'am of IRD department. Ms. M. Gayatri ma'am of Agriculture department. Dr. M. Rajni Devi ma'am of BES2 department. Ms. Rayana Supriya ma'am of Pharmacy department. Dr. Y. Bhargavi ma'am of Mathematics department. Dr. P. Anusha ma'am of CSIT department. Ms. Shankari Kodukula ma'am of VEC department. Dr. Jayanti Shravani ma'am of Mathematics department. Miss Sirisha Koneru ma'am of ME department. Miss Renuka Koladaswamy ma'am of CSE H1 department. Miss CH Satyakirti ma'am of MCA department. Dr. S. Sridevi ma'am of Skill Development Department. Dr. Y. Usha Devi ma'am of EL and GE Department. I welcome Miss Twinkle Dasari ma'am of English Department. Miss Sunetra ma'am of CSC Department. Miss P. Itaya Rani ma'am of CSC Department. Itaya Rani ma'am. Miss Vimala Chipula ma'am of Human Resources Department. Dr. S. Vijayalakshmi ma'am of Agriculture Department. Miss PSG Arunasri ma'am. Miss Manikya Purnima ma'am of BCA Department. Dr. Priyaranjani ma'am of MCA Department. A hearty welcome to Miss U. Harita ma'am of CSE Department. I request all the students to join your hands for the huge round of applause. Miss N. Lakshmi Sauchanya ma'am of CSE H1 Department. Miss N. Lakshmi Sauchanya ma'am of CSE H1 Department. Dr. L. Soundarya ma'am of CSE Honors Department. Miss Tonepudi Hemalata ma'am of BCA Department. Dr. Mahamuda Sheikh of Physics Department. Dr. M. Kavita ma'am of CSE H1 Department. Miss Swati Waddi ma'am of MCA department. Dr. Peruri Venkata Anusha ma'am of CSC department. A hearty welcome to Dr. Machina Sangma ma'am. Miss Jo ma'am of CS and IT department. Dr. KV Saumya ma'am of ECE department. Dr. KV Saumya ma'am of ECE department. Dr. Anjali Devi Swarna ma'am of CS and IT department. Dr. SNV Jyotsna Devi Kosuru ma'am of CSC department. Miss S. Sagar Imambi ma'am of IRD department. Miss B. Pramila Rani ma'am of CSC H1 department. Miss B. Pramila Rani ma'am of CSC H1 department. Miss U. Vijayalakshmi ma'am of Biotechnology department. Miss Sheikh Razia ma'am of CSC department. Miss MVBT Shanti ma'am of CSC department. Miss Jampana Bhanushri ma'am of IoT department. Miss N.V. Shivakumari ma'am of Communication Skills Development. Miss Rajani Kesarpalli ma'am of EC department. Miss Maheshwari Mohan ma'am of CSE H1 department. Dr. K. Swapna ma'am. Dr. K. Swapna ma'am of Physics department. Ms. D. Lalita ma'am of ECE department. Dr. Tammineni Srilata ma'am of BES department. Dr. Sabina Banu Abdul Kadar ma'am of CSA department. A hearty congratulations to all the esteemed faculty who received mementos.
With hearts brimming with profound gratitude and spirits soaring on wings of inspiration, we now come to the close of this grand, momentous inaugural ceremony, Fem Flare 25, a day that marks the drawing of new chapter in our shared journey of empowerment, excellence, and boundless potential.
Our deepest thanks and heartfelt appreciation for who our esteemed dignitaries, our cherished guests, our tireless faculty, and each one of you present here today. Your unwavering support, dedication, passion, and enthusiasm have made this opening a representative beginning to what promises an extraordinary celebration of strength, vision, and solidarity. I request all the students in the back to settle down and occupy the front seats. To all the students present here, attendance will be provided in the classes. I request all the students to remain calm and stay here for the rest of the event. Attendance will be provided in the classes. I repeat, I request all the students to stay here. Attendance will be provided in the classes from the Dean Academics. Kindly occupy the front seats. I request the coordinators of Fem Flare to make students occupy the front seats. Kindly all Fem Flare coordinators take charge and remind all the students to settle down in their respective places.
To honor and celebrate the backbone of our institution, the incredible women faculty and staff members who thought their commitment, compassion, and capability shaped not only the academic fabric of KLF but also the very spirit of a campus.
We go above and beyond every single day to nurture a campus environment rich in positivity, collaboration, and empowerment. The work is often beyond scenes. Influence is deeply felt throughout the entire institution. It is now moment to move on to the sessions embarked by our esteemed guests.
We extend a warm and respectful welcome to Srimati Simran Surigaru, founder and CEO of Carnegie, and our esteemed chief guest of Fem Flare 25.
I request everyone to join your hands.
Good morning. Again. Hi. Say hi. Uh, do you guys want a 5 minutes break or is it okay if I start? Do you want a 5 minutes break? No? Okay. so the organizers say no, so it's a no. But I hope I can help you guys de-stress, right? Okay, so what do I do? Let me begin with that. Today we are going to talk about we are not going to talk about careers today. We are not going to talk about confidence. What we are going to talk about is that little voice that is in our heads all the time. You are not good enough. You are not good enough, and you're not meant for this. Who all listen to this voice? Do you get that in your head? Can you raise your hands if you get that? You get that. Can you tell me what do you hear? Even if it is in Telugu, that's fine, but I want to know what exactly it is. Can you be louder? You, yeah. You're smiling. You, yes, you. Yeah. What do you hear? Can't do better. Yes. Yeah. All the time. All the time. Okay, so we are in the right room. A lot of us face the same thing. So I guess I can start. Only if they allow me to. Next slide. So here's what we are going to do together today. We are going to discuss about imposter complex. We are going to discuss about what happens when we get the imposter syndrome. One of those things we just discussed, you know, that voice in our head, that causes it. So we are going to talk about that. Quick question. Again, it is all about, you know, just that little sound in your head that keeps coming to you. Raise your hand if you've ever doubted yourself, even after achieving something amazing. Does that happen to you? You, yes. What did you do? And then what did you feel after? What was that? Can you tell me? Two girls at the back. Can you come here? Do you want to come here? Good. Okay. There's a mic.
Self-affirmations.
Self-affirmations. So no, I'm talking about what is the criticism that you feel when you've done something amazing. Do you hear that why have I done this? I should have done this better, or etc. etc. Do you still listen to that?
Yeah, sometimes there is a pressure that next time also you have to do this good only.
Yes, the pressure. Yeah. Okay. Anybody else who would like to say that? No one? Okay. Let's continue. You want to say? Okay. Next slide. Empower. It's a verb. The dictionary says you make someone stronger and more confident, especially in controlling their life and claiming their rights. What does Oxford Dictionary say? Next slide. I am power. This is what my definition is. It's called truth. I don't say empower, I say I am power. You know why? Next slide. Having the strength, the experience, passion and earnestness, and the will within oneself to cause the change, that is I am power. Right? Can I have everyone seated, please? I'm really wanting an audience to listen to me. There are a lot of distractions here. People at the back, kindly sit down. Excuse me. Please sit down, all of you.
Sorry for interruption, ma'am. I request all the coordinators also to take their respective places. I kindly request all the coordinators to take their respective places and join the session. I request all the coordinators at the doors also to take the session and join their respective places.
Thank you. Coming back to I am power. What is I am power? Is there anybody who can give me a definition of their version of empowerment or I am power? Is there anybody who can do that? Do you have that in you? To give the definition, your way, your style. You have this in front of you. I want it in your words. Is there anyone? No one? No? Really? This event is about women empowerment. Definitely know the definition of women empowerment. Somebody? Nobody? You? Yes. Please.
I strongly feel that power comes from within, and we have to embrace this womanhood by strongly pointing out our versions, our point of views.
Great. Thank you so much. Thank you for being brave and talking about it. Yeah. Next slide. Imposter syndrome is a phenomena where a collection of feelings of inadequacy persist even in face of information that indicates that the opposite is true. It is experienced internally as chronic self-doubt and feelings of intellectual fraudulence. You feel like you're not meant for this. Let me come to my story. I think that's when you'll understand this better. Next slide. My imposter story. First of all, imposter syndrome is when even if there is evidence that I am really perfect, I've done something, to be standing here on the stage today, I still feel I'm not good enough. I still feel I don't belong here. You're a fraud. You just got lucky. You're not smart enough. These are these voices in my head constantly. At 21, I started my own company. I've done more than 10 internships in the span of 3 years. I gave a TEDx talk at the age of 21. I raised about 20 lakhs for my first startup. My company was women-led. And then I went to London to do my master's. Even then, I was like, there was this voice in my head, I'm not smart enough. I studied in London. I ran about 800 plus events in London, California. I worked with refugees. I upskilled them. I went to Oxford University to deliver a speech. My students who were refugees went to Oxford University to study. But even after all of that, when I became a mother 2 years back, that voice came back. That constantly said, you're slower now. You're out of touch. You don't belong here. You don't belong in the tech space anymore. These were the questions in my head. Even in the morning, I had that doubt. That's imposter syndrome. And it does not care about your resume. It does not care about your qualifications. It just strikes in. It just comes to you naturally. But you can learn to understand and stand in your truth louder than that voice. Next slide. We are not alone, by the way. Guess who that is? The first image. Who's that? Can anybody tell me who that is? That's Maya Angelou. The second one is, do you know who that is? Nobody? Padma Lakshmi. She's the chef, famous chef in US, author. The third one, now this is pretty easy, come on. Who is that? Yes, you're right, Michelle Obama. All of these 3 women in their interviews have said they have imposter syndrome. They always felt they are not at the right place, they're not at the right opportunity. It's by luck, it's by their husbands, or it's by their family. But that's not right, isn't it? That's not right. It's because of the hard work and the dedication that you are where you are right now. Next slide. Okay, now this is a very important one. My imposter syndrome comes from something as simple as when someone says my name. During interviews and stuff, I feel like my name isn't really mine, and it makes me feel like a third person. That pushes me to suddenly become like someone else. Can you guess who this is? This is somebody you guys admire and inspire. Please, next slide. Ananya Pandey. She has said this in a lot of interviews that she also faces the same thing just because there's a family name attached to it. Her father is an actor and all of that. So obviously, if there is an issue, there are also tools to tackle it. So we'll be discussing that as well. Next slide. Sometimes the environment makes you become an imposter because if people roll their eyes when you're talking or they talk over you, you start to wonder what your place is there. Guess who this is? This is my favorite one. I admire this person so much. I aspire to be her. She is the CEO of PepsiCo, Indriya Nui. Imagine this. At such a high level, a woman facing this. So the problem is real. What do you do about it? Is there anybody in this room who's relating to this and saying that, yes, I might have the same feeling and I might have imposter syndrome? Can you share your story? Do you have that in you to come up here and share your story? Just few lines. Ma'am, do you face imposter syndrome, if I have said? Everyone. Yeah, everyone. Okay. Do you want to say something? Okay. So now let's talk about the tools of tackling this phenomena. First tool is RAIN, which we are going to talk about, is recognize, acknowledge, investigate, and nurture. How do you recognize that you have it? You start saying things like, it is because of luck. जो अंगूठी पहनी है मैंने उसके वजह से शायद मुझे ये जॉब मिल गई. You know? Lot of people do that. I could be one of them. I am one of them, maybe. Here's how imposter syndrome shows up. Feeling like a fraud. Dreading that people will find out that you don't know anything. If it's not perfect, it's not worth showing. This is what you start feeling. So let's say, for an example, you made a project in AI or maybe computer science, which is like looking fab. It's a website or anything. It could be like a small thing that you have made, you have created on your own, even if it's an idea. You start questioning yourself and don't share it with anyone because you feel it is not worthy enough to be shared. That needs to stop, and that needs to be acknowledged that I'm doing the wrong thing. So who's going to do that with me? Everyone? By the end of the session, I want you all to recognize these voices in your head and figure out how to stop these voices. Go beyond that voice and say that to this voice. Next. Yeah. So I don't know why, but nobody is like coming up and saying that, you know, this is what I'm feeling, or I have also experienced this. I want somebody from the student side to come up here and talk about what I just said. What do you feel? Is there something that you feel about, I'm not able to do well in math or physics, even if you're scoring like really, really great? Is there somebody? You? I think I will have to choose now. You want to come, ma'am? No. Nobody? You? Why? Come. 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 It's okay. You have? Okay. So there's nobody who's... Okay, next. I think. So now let's flip the script. Yeah? We are going to use these tools to figure out how we can change the whole voice in our head. How imposters see the world. We see it as we are not belonging here. I don't know what all, like I don't know English well, or maybe I don't know if I should even do engineering. Would I get a job? All of these questions. Next. I'm not good at this, the biggest one. I'm not good at speaking, I'm not good at writing, all of that. I don't belong here. Next. I'm not enough. Next. I'm a fraud. Say no. Say no to all of these voices. How empowered women see the world. How do empowered women see the world? This is what it is. I can learn. Even if right now I don't know how to do anything, I can always learn. I got this, you know. Coming here today, talking to you guys, it's not every day I do that, right? But I said that to myself. I got this. It does not define me. My imposter syndrome or whatever this little voice in my head is, I don't think it is for me. It does not define me. I am what I am because of what I am. I am power. Can everyone say with me, I am power? Louder. I am power. I want you guys to feel it within yourself. I am power. Are you guys really power? I'm not hearing it because. Please, one more time. I am power. You guys don't need empowerment. You guys are power, right? Next. Now, next step is act. So we have recognized we have this. How do we, solve it? Next. Create an awesome list. Mine 4 I am power stories. Can I share my I am power story? I think maybe that will be very relatable to you guys. When I was 18-year-old, I was in my first year graduation. My father, out of nowhere, said that there is a boy who's wanting to marry you, and I am going to make sure that you meet him and get married to him. In that case, what would I do? I wanted to study. I had dreams. I had aspirations. I said, no, I cannot do this. I do not want to get married. There was a lot of drama at home. There was a lot of conversation about this specific topic. Nobody listened to me. I just said one thing. Just because you've told the guy that I would be meeting him, I'm going and meeting him, but I am not going to get married. Do whatever you want. I can even go to the length of going to the police station and complaining about you. That's how of a rebel I was, and till date I am. So that's my I am power story. Now let me tell you how I use it till date in life. Whenever there's a situation where either post-pregnancy, you know how it is. It's very difficult going back to work, starting your own thing again. I was confused. I non-stop was demotivated, crying about things like I wouldn't be able to survive in the startup world again. I wouldn't be able to build anything again. But this voice came into my head. Why did I even fight with my parents then if I just wanted to stay at home? I fought with my parents to study. I fought with my parents to go to Bombay, work, do my internship. I fought with my parents to go to London. What was all that for? It was for this time. This is the time when I need to keep working, being consistent at my work, my goals and my dreams and my aspirations. You know what my aspiration is? My aspiration is to buy a jet plane, and people laugh at me. You won't be able to buy a charter plane. How would you do that? I want to do that on my own money. That's my dream. You can have as much as dreams possible. You can have a very bigger dream or a goal. No matter how big it is, I'm 100% sure end of the day, it is going to be successful one way or the other. I've experienced that in my life. I affirm a lot. I meditate a lot. And I've experienced it firsthand. Next slide. Oh, sorry. The second point. You have all the tools you need to succeed already. Mentor someone. You guys are studying engineering in 3 years, 4 years.